Welcome to Studio Green Bean, where inspiration grows. I'm Anna, and today we're making earrings. I will show you how to make 4 different styles of earrings. We will look at beaded earrings, wire-worked earrings, and wire-wrapped earrings. There are so many different styles of earrings that you could make. Hopefully this tutorial will help you get started. Let's jump into it. To make our first type of design, you will need flat-nosed pliers, the beads that are strung on an eye pin that we did in the previous tutorial, and an ear wire. Here I have a pre-made ear wire, but if you want to make your own ear wires, check out my findings tutorial on this channel. Now, to begin, we will open our ear wire. You always open rings and rings attached to other things perpendicularly so as not to deform the ring. Then slip on your eye pin with your beads strung on it. If you have one of these pre-made ones, you really have to hold the ball and other decorations out of the hole so that you can close it cleanly. Close it in the same manner as you opened it, and make sure that there is no gap in the ring when you close it. Otherwise, your eye pin will fall off. This is by far the simplest type of earring that you can make. String some beads and get creative! To make the next 2 designs of earrings, you'll need the following: flat nose pliers, round nose pliers, wire cutters, a ruler or a tape measure to measure out the wire, 20 gauge wire, ear wires, you can either make your own or use pre-made, and a roll of jump rings. To make our dangly earrings, first we're going to start out by measuring lengths of wire. I'm going to measure 1.5 inches, but you can measure however much you want. It depends just how long you want our dangles to be. I will measure 3 lengths of similar length, but feel free to be creative in this portion. You can cut many more lengths, such as 5 or 6, or you can cut them of uneven length for a slightly different kind of effect. So do experiment and see what appeals to you. After we have cut our wire, it is time to make the loops so we can hang it from a jump ring and connect it to the ear wire. So for this, use your round nose pliers and make a medium-sized loop at one end of the wire. Repeat for all of the lengths of wire that you cut. Next, go ahead and grab your ear wires and your roll of jump rings. Snip off 1 jump ring. You will need 1 jump ring for each earring that you make. Snip it off by finding the end of the previous one and snipping very close 1 roll above it. Go ahead and open your jump ring. Always open jump rings perpendicularly so that you do not deform the shape of the ring. Next, slide on your ear wire and all of the dangles that you made onto the jump ring. Close your jump ring, making sure not to leave a gap when you close it. Your dangly earrings are now ready. Next, I will show you how to make a more elaborate wire-worked earring. Start with leaving your wire on the spool and using your round nose pliers, curve the end of the wire into a very small loop at the very end. Next, use your flat pliers in order to bend the wire. You can use your flat pliers to measure out the distances between bends. Make your bends at a 45-degree angle. We are going to make a triangle here, so we are going to bend the wires towards each other. Again, here you can see I am using my flat nose pliers as a measurement tool in order to make sure that the borders around which I am bending are more or less of equal distance. Keep going in this fashion all the way around your piece until you are satisfied with the size and shape of the triangle. Snip off the wire towards the base, and now picking up your round nose pliers again, start curving the end of the wire into a spiral. I usually do this by starting with a small loop and then completing it with my flat pliers, gently rolling the wire onto itself until it makes a small spiral. For this design, I am going to spiral it towards the middle, just to give it a little bit of a balanced look. Next, you will need your ear wire and your roll of jump rings. Go ahead and snip off a jump ring from the roll that you will use for this earring. Open up the jump ring and thread your ear wire and your wire worked shape onto that jump ring. Close the jump ring, making sure to not leave any gaps. And that is it. You are finished making your very own wire worked earring. These are the tools that you will need to make your wire wrap bead: flat pliers, wire cutters, round nose pliers, 20 gauge wire, and your bead. Start out by taking your bead and threading it onto your wire. You can leave your wire on the spool for this project. Next, bend the end of the wire around the bead in order to secure the bead on the wire. Now start wrapping the rest of the wire around the bead. First, start out by wrapping very closely to the bead so you can get that circular shape, but as you get further away from the inside, you can wrap a bit more loosely in order to achieve the kind of look that you want. When you've done winding, go ahead and bend the wire at a 90-degree angle to the rest of the wire wrappings, such as shown here. If you want to make a friction back post earring, go ahead and cut off the wire now. If you want it to be a little more of a traditional kind of wire, then we will follow the same steps as for the ear wires in a previous tutorial. Get a round implement such as a pencil or a pen. Bend the wire backwards or upwards a little bit, and using your round pencil or pen, bend the wire around the pencil to produce a U-shaped bend in your wire. Using your fingers, form the bottom of the ear wire by squeezing a little bit inwards. Cut off the excess wire. Don't forget to file the end of the wire before trying to wear it. And that is it! Make your other earring in the exact same way. Thanks for watching! I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment to ask a question, suggest a tutorial, or just to say hi. We craft every weekend right here on YouTube and on our website. Like us on Facebook to find out what we're making next. See you next week!